This video is going to be a doozy. Yep, for sure. So we're gonna have wine during this video today, and I think it's gonna be appropriate because my glass, which you probably can't read, but it says I'm one glass away from bringing a bunch of shit up from 3 years ago, and it's gonna be appropriate for today's video since we're talking about a lot of series from different time periods. So, yep. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Shania, and yeah, I thought today we could do a video that is going to be just a little bit iffy, and if you couldn't tell from the title, it's just basically I'm going to be talking about all the popular series that I did not finish. I DNF'd them hard, and I DNF'd them for one reason or another, and some of the reasons are very small, and some of them are just plain I did not like it, so I did not want to continue with it. I do want to say that if your favorite book or your favorite series is in this video and I say something negative about it, I'm sorry. I love that you enjoyed it and I think that's great. However, I just want to share with you guys my opinions on the reasons why I didn't finish it. And like I said, some of the reasons are just plain out dumb, basically. And I should really get back on the train and reread them again, but I just haven't. So basically, please don't take offense if I do say anything negative about your favorite books. But without further ado, let's just get into the video. Alright, so I think we should just start off with a big series, a very popular series that I didn't finish because of one specific reason, which now that I'm looking back on it is the dumbest reason ever for not finishing it, but I didn't finish it. And I don't know why, because I'm a huge fan of this series. I have always loved this series. It grew up with me. Whenever I think of it, I think of my high school years and all the friendships that I got out of it. But I regrettably have never finished the very end of the series. And the series that I am talking about is the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. Yep, I haven't finished this series, but I love it with all my being. I love this series so much, and I don't understand why I couldn't, but I do know why at the same time. This series, like I said, I grew up on this series. I remember when I first started it, I'm pretty sure that the City of Bones, obviously City of Bones was out, but also City of Ashes was out at that point, if not City of Glass, the third one. But I know for sure that I had to wait for the 4th, 5th, and 6th books of the series to come out. I had read all the way up to City of Lost Souls, which is the 5th book in the series, but once the 6th book came out, I just did not finish it. I remember when the movie was coming out, and I was just so excited to go to it. My friends and I got all dressed up. We had the runes tattoos on our arms. We dressed in all black, and we went to the midnight showing when there was midnight showings. Now there's not anymore, but that's a rant for another time. But anyways, yeah, so I loved this series a lot, and I had anticipated the 6th book coming out for some time. I was very excited, though I did feel that the series had ended after City of Glass, the 3rd book, and I felt like it was getting stretched on. But I was excited to see how Cassandra Clare closed the series and what her final thoughts were in regards to all the characters with Jace, Clary, Izzy, Simon, all of them, just to see how their lives ended up. But when it came out, I didn't enjoy it. So one of the big things that I was waiting for with Study of Heavenly Fire, which seems a little bit ridiculous, and it is Jace and Clary's basically maximizing out their relationship. And what I mean by that is them bang bang skeet skeeting it, or getting it on. Basically, I was waiting for Jace and Clary to have sex. And that seems ridiculous, but I was in high school, and I'm a fan of smut reads, so yeah, I mean, basically it goes along with my character. I like when the romance gets to that point. We have slow burns, burn, 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 and then it ends with them consummating their relationship. Oh my god, this sounds so awkward. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching this. Anyways, so I was waiting for that. And I knew in the direction that Cassandra Clare had been writing throughout each book that City of Heavenly Fire was probably going to be offering that, and I was excited for it, like I said. However, now I'm going to get into spoilers, so I'm going to put a time cue right here if you guys don't want to be spoiled, but so you can go to that time if you don't want to be spoiled. Anyways, so, City of Heavenly Fire didn't disappoint. There was a sex scene between Jace and Clary. However, I was, like I said, I was anticipating, I was excited, and I was getting halfway through this book, and it's a big-ass book. And I was getting halfway through, and then, yeah, I got to the scene, and things were going good until Jace pulls out a condom. So, Jace pulls out a condom, which I can see where Cassandra Clare's going with this. She wants to practice safe sex. She wants, you know, to have there to be abstinence and no teen pregnancies. There's a lot of benefits to writing things like this. However, if you guys know what I'm talking about, there's a, right when this is happening, they're basically on the run. They're trying to save humanity and the shadow hunters and basically the entire world. And they're going to, like, this other world. Like, they're not on Earth. They're some other place. And all they have on them are basically the clothes on their back and the weapons. But Jace, just somehow in his little mind of his, he's just so intelligent, thinks, wow, I know we're trying to save the world, but let me make sure I pack a condom because while we're fighting to survive, Claire and I are probably getting some downtime and we are gonna have some sex, basically. And I just was like, I was amazed. And I said that this reasoning is so dumb. It's so dumb. Like, me looking back on it now, I'm like, Shania, you didn't finish a damn book because they brought out a condom? Like, are you stupid? And I know, it's dumb. But I was just, like, amazed. I was like, in what scenario are you going to have a condom when the whole world is falling apart on you? Like, is this in your wallet that you've had since, like, 7th grade? I don't know. It just seemed so dumb to me, and it ruined everything that I had been anticipating and been excited for this scene, and I was like, it's going to be great. And then that happened. And so I was immediately turned off, and sounds so bad, but I was just so upset by it, and I put the book down, and I didn't pick it back up again. All right, we are moving right along here, and we're going to get into another big series that I DNF'd, and this one is one that I probably shouldn't have DNF'd, and you'll see in a second, but the one I DNF'd was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Yeah, I don't know why I DNF'd this. The only reason I have for DNFing this damn series was because I was bored. Let me correct myself here. I was bored within, like, 30 pages of this book. You guys, this is my bookmark from when I read this. And I'm pretty sure when I started reading this, it was probably 4 years ago. It was around the time, roughly, that this book came out because I really enjoyed, which some people hate this series, whatever, get out of here, but I really enjoyed the Shiver series by Maggie Stiefvater as well. And so when she came out with this series, I was like, yay, I love that author. And I got to page 58. 58. Like, this bookmark has been in here for like 4 years. And I still haven't gone and read this book again. Like, I could have unhauled it, but I was always waiting for a chance to reread this series or pick it back up and actually read the series because so many people have raved about this. I know my best friend has also said that she loves this series and that I should definitely give it a second chance. So at some point, I probably will. I don't know when. It's not very high up on my TBR list. I will tell you that right now. But at some point, I will be getting back to this book. I promise. Alright, so I think we should stick with the theme I've got going on here where I'm basically talking about old-ass series that have been finished for a while and we're just now going to talk about them. Yeah. So, the series I'm going to talk about is the, I don't even remember what it's called. Wait. No, it's the Bloodlines series by Richelle Mead. And the reason I'm holding the second one in the series, not the first one, is because I had the first one, but my dog ate it. And so now we don't have it anymore, and I have no desire to go buy that book again because I only had that one, and then this one, and none of the rest of the series. So, if you guys haven't heard of the Bloodline series, it's basically the spin-off series from Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. It takes some of the characters from that series and gives them their own books, basically. Which, yeah, So, why I didn't finish this book, or this series, was, well, I can't even say that it's not that I didn't like the characters that were in this, because I did like them in Vampire Academy. However, I didn't like them enough to give them their own book. And the people that say that this is better than the original Vampire Academy series, I don't know. I don't know where your reasoning is, because how can you not have Rose anymore? Like, it's such a different characters to dive into. I wasn't feeling it. Nope. And I think my main reason for why I DNF'd this series was because I was reading it looking just simply for Rose and Dimitri throughout it. Like, I could give a shit less about the other two characters that are in this book. I was in it for Rose and Dimitri. I wanted to know what they were up to, and I wasn't getting it, and so I was like, well, I don't like this. And that's not really fair, I know, but nah. I wasn't into it, and I have no desire to pick up this book again or read this series again. Like, if you guys tell me that I really should try it again, I might consider it. But at this point, nah. Like, I have no desire. I probably will unhaul this book at some point because I just don't care. Like, there's no point in me hanging on to this book if it's the only one in the series I have, and if I have no desire to read it again. So, yeah, I think I'm done with this book for sure. Alright, so the next series that I didn't finish was Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And I don't even own this book, or any of the books, because I did not like it. That is my reasoning for this one, is I plain out did not enjoy this series. I was lost half the time, I was bored half the time, and I just wasn't getting what I wanted from the series. So, I don't remember everything that happens. I read this book probably like 5 years ago, like the series. It's been a long time. I remember the guy of interest was a guy with an A name, but that's as far as I remember. I don't even remember the main character's name, but I think I got to almost the very end of the second book, and I just did not enjoy it. It was not having it for me. I didn't like it. There was nothing in the plot that was keeping me vested. I didn't like the relationship between, like, the love interest. I didn't like the plot. I didn't like the characters. There was no one that I really connected with through it. It did nothing for me, basically. And I remember it was dragging on and on for about one thing, and I know if I talk to my best friend about it, she'll probably remember exactly what I'm talking about, because I don't even think she finished it, and I remember she loved it. She loved that series, but I don't think she finished it either, because we both, like, were at that part, and it was just not, it wasn't good. And if you guys really enjoy it, like, and you think I should probably give it a go again, like, please let me know. But at this point, I don't foresee myself ever rereading that series. Alright, moving on. Okay, so, another series that I did not finish, and this one I don't really have a reason for, but it's The Maze Runner by James Dashner. And, yeah, didn't finish this one. I read this first one, didn't get to, what is the next one? Scorch Trials, and then, or is that the last one? No. Death Order? Death something. Regardless. I didn't get to the second one, obviously. Oh, it's on the back. Okay, Scorch Trials and then the Death Gear, and then Kill Order. Yeah, I didn't finish this series. And, yeah, I don't have a reason. I really liked this series. I remember I enjoyed it a lot. But there was nothing in me that wanted to continue. I have seen all the movies. I liked all the movies. specifically I watch the movies because, you know, Dylan O'Brien is in those movies. Woo! But it is one that I do foresee myself maybe getting to at some point. It's kind of like the 50-50. Like, City of Heavenly Fire, there's a strong chance I'll go back and finish that series. Raven Boys, strong chance. Daughter Smoke and Bone, no chance. But this one, it falls kind of right in the middle. Like, I could reread it again, I could not. I have no idea. But at this point, probably not. But I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so let's get into a really fun one. One that I definitely should have read by now, but I haven't. And it's a bit ridiculous. I'm a little bit pissed off with myself on this one. But I DNF'd it. And here we go. Are you ready? It is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. I know, like, what the hell's wrong with you, Shania? Why'd you DNF this one? I have no idea. No idea. Actually, scratch that. I have a very strong idea as to why I didn't finish this series. And it's basically because I wasn't ready for it. That's the main reason why I didn't get to this one. So, when I started reading this one, I was on this huge fantasy, like, book train. I was reading fantasy books, boom, boom, boom. And not just, like, plain fantasy books, like, very popular fantasy series. I had just come off reading, first it was the Red Queen series, then it was A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then it was Throne of Glass series, and then the Cruel Prince series, and then it was the Grishaverse trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, and then Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo, and then I hightailed my ass right into King of Scars. And I wasn't ready. That's simply what it was. I wasn't prepared for it, so I didn't finish King of Scars. But this is the most recent book that, well, it's not the most recent book I DNF'd, but it's definitely the most recent popular book series that I've DNF'd. But out of all the books in this series, this is the one that I know I will definitely be picking back up and reading again at some point when I feel I'm mentally and physically capable of doing it. But yes, I will be getting to this book. Don't worry. There's nothing about this book that did anything wrong to me. It's just, it was me. It wasn't you, book. It was me. So, those are all the popular series that I did not finish. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. I got to drink some wine and rant about books and just, all in all, bitch about things that I didn't like. And it made me, I feel good now. I feel a little bit freer. And I appreciate you guys for sticking around and listening to me, you know, rant the whole time. But anyways, if you guys want to follow me on my social media accounts, you guys definitely can. I will have those linked down below for you as always. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. Bye.